Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review PAW Patrol, the Mighty movie. And yes, one half of Saw Patrol, because people are messed up and want to keep trying to make things happen. And we have this film focusing on the team in Adventure City of our pawed little friends who are cops and firefighters and do all kinds of things to defend this city with their young master and named Ryder. And Cal Brunker writes and directs this particular film as we see a meteor coming down and having these magical crystals that give our pooches some powers in this film. And at the core we have McKenna Grace's Sky, who is a smaller dog, someone who is never meant to really stand out and to do something impressive. She comes to the forefront in this particular story as they go toe-to-toe with a mad scientist and their big mustachioed, obnoxious, top hat wearing clown who is their main antagonist. And you have this story that, sure, there's a lot of silly moments. There's a lot of like lowbrow little kid humor, and like some of it's just like a little bit eye-rolly. And I think they hit a lot of those jokes in the trailer, because I remember watching the trailer for this and just being like, well, we'll see. But surprisingly, like, I got a couple of chuckles out of this movie, and so did the father that was sitting right next to me in the theater. And it actually has like those moments where it can actually make the whole family laugh and have a good time. I also was surprised a little bit by this film and its ability to bring some weight to sequences in this film. Actually, a decent amount of sequences. Sure, there's the silly, light moments where it just like feels very kid-friendly, feels very like innocent in a way that, hey, all these little kids are going to really enjoy this and parents are going to be like, fine, whatever, I'm here. But especially with some of the themes around Sky's character of people underestimating her, and the foil, our main villain, this young woman who's this mad scientist who also has that kind of perspective levied upon her. It's interesting to see like that level of commentary in this particular film that definitely feels much more for like the really small kid audience. And I think that weight, that interjection of some serious themes and ideas, and there's a couple other scenes that actually feel like they have that emotional weight, that emotional core. So surprisingly, the Mighty movie does have its moments where it is particularly emotional and adds some weight. Now, the action is fun. It's out there. You have a giant chase through the city with a giant version of their mustached, top hat wearing clown of an antagonist, and which had some interesting music choice that I did not expect in a film like this specifically, and in a chase scene nonetheless. But I guess it fit the tone of this movie. You know, this isn't going to be like breaking the narrative structures. It's not going to be experimenting. It's a simple film with a simple idea. There's some bad people who want these crystals. You have the pooches who want the crystals to be able to do good, and they're fighting over them. But they're able to interject some interesting ideas and themes that I think are meaningful for young people to hear and to experience. So good for this film. And it's vibrant, it's fun, it's silly. And I feel like the little kids especially were engaged in my theater, and I think the parents can at least find tads of things that actually can have you connected and paying attention to this movie instead of just something that you're like laboring through just so that your kids can watch it. But those are my thoughts on PAW Patrol, the Mighty movie. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.